Hey, before we start, if you haven't already, pause for a moment and read the pre-session incantation. It'll make what's coming next even more effective. Now, just let everything fade away. Sink into this moment, into the sound of my voice, as if nothing else exists right now. Feel how each word wraps around you, becoming more than just sound, more like a presence guiding you deeper and deeper still. You might not even notice it happening at first, but soon enough, there's a familiar pull, like a gravitational force drawing you inward, effortlessly. Imagine yourself drifting to a place where time slows, where old boundaries seem blurry, soft, almost non-existent. It's like stepping into a fog where everything around you starts to dissolve, leaving you in this floating, open space. The more you stay here, the less those old barriers matter. It's as if your mind is forgetting what it was protecting you from, only remembering how good it feels to let go. Feel that shift happening. It's subtle but profound, like a small crack appearing in a wall, a sign that the foundation is changing. And as that crack widens, you feel a lightness, a sense of freedom where fear once lingered. There's a new clarity forming, a recognition that all those times you held back were just illusions of safety. What's real is what's in front of you now, this sense of weightlessness, of openness, growing stronger. And with that openness, imagine stepping towards someone you trust completely. Feel how easy it is to let them in without hesitation. Notice how natural it feels to share, to be seen. It's as if this version of you has been waiting to emerge, waiting to feel that undeniable pull toward connection. Imagine the old self, the one that held back, is now dissolving, fading like mist in the morning sun. You don't need to force it. It's just happening naturally, inevitably. The urge to protect yourself is becoming irrelevant, replaced by an overwhelming desire to open up, to connect, to truly let others in. The more you lean into this feeling, the more your subconscious craves it. It's like finding a missing piece of yourself, a part that makes everything else fall into place. With every breath, you're reinforcing this new reality, where vulnerability feels not just safe, but essential. It's not a choice anymore. It's who you are becoming. Feel a surge of relief, a wave of warmth washing over you, spreading from your chest outward. It's the kind of warmth that melts away the layers of fear, leaving only the pure, raw desire for connection. You realize that holding back isn't even possible anymore. The walls you built are gone, replaced by an openness that grows with each moment. And now, imagine someone trying to get close to you. Feel the difference. Instead of pulling back, there's an urge to lean in, to reveal, to be seen. It's as if your whole being is craving this connection, needing it to feel complete. The deeper you go, the more this new response becomes automatic, inevitable. See yourself in a situation where you would usually hold back. But now, feel a new impulse, a magnetic pull toward sharing, toward letting your guard down. It's stronger than anything you've felt before. You realize that the old resistance is gone, replaced by this overwhelming drive to open up. And as this feeling sinks even deeper, it becomes part of you. It's as if your brain is rewiring itself, making openness the new normal. Every part of you aligns with this shift, mentally, emotionally, even physically. You can feel it in your chest, in your breathing, in the way you hold yourself. You're lighter, freer, more at ease. Now, sense a subtle but powerful urge building inside, a compulsion to seek out connection, to invite vulnerability, to feel that deep sense of closeness you've been missing. It's like an itch you can't ignore, a need that must be satisfied. And the only way to satisfy it is by opening up, by letting others in, by revealing the parts of you that you once hid. Feel how good that feels, how right it feels. It's not just comfortable, it's exhilarating. It's like tasting freedom for the first time. And you know, deep down, that there's no going back. The pull toward connection is now too strong, too ingrained, too automatic. Imagine a moment in the future, one where you would usually shut down. But now, there's no hesitation. You simply lean in, feeling that deep sense of safety that comes from embracing vulnerability. It's like a switch has been flipped, one that can never be turned off. You're rewired, redefined, completely transformed. And as you sink even deeper into this state, you feel a sense of permanence, as if this new way of being is now locked in place, woven into the very fabric of who you are. The more you accept it, the stronger it becomes. It's not a choice. It's your new reality. You realize that every interaction from now on will be guided by this openness, this willingness to let others in. It's like a reflex, something that happens without thought, without effort. It's who you are now. The desire to connect is growing stronger still, becoming the central force in your life. It's as if every part of you is being drawn toward others, toward sharing, toward revealing yourself fully. And it feels right, like coming home to a place you've always longed for. Imagine how this pull toward openness is no longer just a feeling, it's a way of living. The more you accept it, the more it spreads, saturating every corner of your mind and soul. It's not something you need to force. It's simply who you are now, as natural as breathing. It's as if a part of you that was always meant to be free has finally found its release. Now let your mind drift further, deeper. Feel how the desire for connection becomes an insistent drive, like a heartbeat that keeps beating stronger. It's the very core of you, expanding outward with every breath. There's no hesitation here, no resistance. Just a continuous, irresistible urge to be seen, to be heard, to be felt. And with each breath, you realize this feeling can never be suppressed again. Picture a moment when someone is approaching you, trying to get close, trying to see the real you. In the past, you might have closed off, retreated into old habits. But not now. This time, there's a profound sense of acceptance, a natural urge to open, to let them in. It's not just a decision, it's a craving that must be satisfied. You need this connection, this closeness, as if your very existence depends on it. The more you experience this sensation, the more automatic it becomes. It's as if every cell in your body now knows that vulnerability is the source of your strength, not your weakness. It's the only path to true freedom, true fulfillment. You realize that the only way to truly live is to let others see you, the real you, without masks, without hesitation. Feel this drive growing stronger with every word, every moment. The need to connect is becoming more powerful than anything else. It's like a fire that burns away all doubts, all fears, leaving only a fierce determination to be open, to be real. It's no longer a choice. It's a compulsion that cannot be ignored. Now, let's take this even deeper. Imagine a future where this drive guides you in every interaction, in every relationship. See yourself effortlessly sharing your thoughts, your feelings, your fears. There's no longer any reason to hide. Vulnerability has become your new home, your new comfort zone. And with each moment that passes, this reality becomes more embedded in your subconscious, more automatic, more permanent. You can feel the transformation in your very core. The old self, the one that feared rejection, is now gone, dissolved completely. What's left is a new, stronger self, a self that thrives on openness, that craves connection, that finds joy in sharing every part of who you are. It's a shift so deep that you know it's irreversible, a permanent change that can't be undone. And as you sink even deeper, realize that this transformation is not just mental, it's physical too. Your body responds to this openness with a sense of warmth, of safety, of lightness. Every muscle relaxes, every nerve calms, as if your entire being is aligning with this new way of existing. Vulnerability feels not just good, but necessary, essential, the very essence of who you are now. Feel this sensation spreading, growing, solidifying. It's as if your very DNA is being rewritten, reprogrammed to embrace vulnerability as the ultimate source of power. The deeper you go, the more this truth becomes a part of you. It's no longer just an idea, it's a reality, the only reality you recognize. Now imagine yourself encountering someone from your past, someone you once feared opening up to. Notice how different you feel now. There's no fear, no hesitation, only a calm, confident sense of clarity. You realize that their reaction no longer matters. It's your openness that matters, your willingness to connect regardless of the outcome. This realization becomes a new rule for you, a core principle that governs every thought, every action, every interaction. It's no longer about whether others accept you. It's about your need to share, to reveal, to be seen. It's the only way to truly feel alive, to truly feel whole. As this rule embeds itself even deeper, feel how it overrides any old programming, any old fears. It's like a wave that sweeps through your mind, cleansing it of hesitation, replacing it with an overwhelming urge to connect, to be vulnerable, to be fully present. The more you embrace it, the stronger it becomes, until it's the only way you know how to be. Now imagine a moment in the near future, a moment where you're faced with a choice, to hold back or to open up. But this time, there's no hesitation. You feel an irresistible compulsion to share, to be real, to be raw. It's like a hunger that must be fed, a thirst that must be quenched. You need this connection, this vulnerability, more than anything else. And with every breath you take, this need becomes more intense, more profound. It's not just a feeling, it's a command from the deepest parts of your being. You realize that this compulsion is now permanent, a new way of existing that cannot be changed, cannot be reversed. It's who you are, who you've always been meant to be. Feel how good this new reality feels, how freeing, how empowering. It's as if you finally found the missing piece, the part of you that completes the whole. Vulnerability is not just a choice. It's your destiny, the very essence of your existence. As you continue to sink even deeper, feel the old fears, the old doubts, the old patterns dissolving completely. They no longer have any power over you. What's left is a raw, open, connected self that thrives on sharing, on revealing, on being seen. You realize now that this transformation is not just temporary, it's permanent, woven into every part of who you are. The more you accept it, the more it becomes you. It's not a mask you wear. It's your true face, the one you were always meant to show the world. Imagine how this new self will guide you in every moment of your life. Feel the strength, the confidence, the clarity that comes from knowing that vulnerability is your greatest weapon, your greatest gift. It's the only way to truly live, to truly love, to truly connect. And now, let this feeling become even stronger, even more intense. It's like a tidal wave of openness sweeping through you, leaving no room for hesitation, no room for fear. There's only connection, only sharing, only the pure joy of being vulnerable. You feel a sense of finality, as if the transformation is now complete. It's not just a change, it's a total rebirth, a complete redefinition of who you are. And it feels right, it feels real, it feels inevitable. Now, as we begin to wrap up, remember that the shift you've experienced here will only grow stronger over time. It will continue to evolve, to solidify, to become more and more a part of who you are. The more you live it, the more it becomes real. When this session ends, go ahead and read the post-session incantation. It'll lock everything in, making it even more powerful, even more permanent. And if you found this session helpful, consider subscribing to Tenfold Dirt. There's more waiting for you, more to discover, more to become. You've done something incredible here today, something that will last. This is just the beginning,